Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Noise, and welcome back to Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Expert Mode Skyblock. The longest title of any of these series that I have, but welcome back to Feed the Beast Infinity. Let's kill the zombie pigmen and take a lot of damage to our armor. That wasn't too smart. Oh well. Another zombie head, wow. So, last time, we were working on trying to get the QED, and that is still going. I came on here for a bit to kind of do some prep work and all that fun stuff, and yeah, it's gonna take a while. We are probably about halfway now. Yeah, 23, almost 24 million RF out of 5 million, or 50 million, sorry. So that's going to take a little bit longer still, but we'll get there. And as we expand our base, we'll get more and more lasers, and that will go a lot faster. But I wanted to go ahead and record this episode because, well, there's some other things we can do in the meantime. And one of the big ones is, well, the reactor stopped. We've depleted all of the uranium, which is bad because I've also used up all my power. Something else, by the way, if you put a redstone signal on the thermal centrifuge, and there's a couple other blocks like this in IC2, it will use a small amount of power, but it will maintain the heat levels. So when I put stuff in there to, like, the crushed uranium ore to get the uranium 235, it will go a little bit quicker. Let's actually do this for sake of, yeah, me. Organization. So yeah, that's just a little trick that I recently learned. I've been watching Direwolf 20. If you're not familiar with him and you wanted to get into modded, watch his stuff. He knows everything about these mods. But anyways, we have all of these depleted fuel rods. We need to replace them. And I have a whole bunch of uranium fuel rods over here. We need some copper and iron plates, which I have also cooked up. Hopefully we have enough. And we should be able to make our uranium fuel rods. We'll go ahead and put those in automatically, nice and easy. And we'll turn the reactor on, and it will start producing EU again, and then I can start compressing stuff some more. The carbon plates and the mixed metal ingots for the advanced alloys. I was just working on that off camera. So, yeah. Let's see what we need to do with this stuff. So, in order to get anything out of this, we need to thermal centrifuge these depleted fuel rods. We're going to get a little bit of iron back, which is kind of nice. But we're also going to get the tiny piles of plutonium, which is what we're after. So, I'm going to throw that in there. And here's the thing. This is not the best way to get plutonium. We've talked about this a little bit last episode. We're going to need a lot of plutonium in order to get to ME, the applied energistics stuff. That is kind of the path that I'm heading towards. Right now we're making the QED so that we can get more power generation. Something else that we're going to be doing relatively soon is dealing with power transfer. Because I don't really have good power storage or transfer or anything like that. So we're going to work on that here soon. And then I want storage. I want an ME system. And that is going to be expensive. If we just take a look, we need the wrench, the Surges Quartz wrench. Or, yeah, you have to use the Surges Quartz wrench. And this isn't too bad. Advanced Galgadorian metal, lump of Galgadorian metal. So it takes a bunch of diamonds and eyes of Galgador, which is just a bunch of random stuff. Stabilized metal, which is just honestly a bunch of diamonds and obsidian. It's not terrible, but it's not nice either. But we need this enriched Cenarium alloy. So you need 2 of these, which means you need 8 enriched Cenarium and a large plate piece of Cenarium. This irradiated uranium is pretty easy. It's actually only 100,000 RF, so that's like simple. But you need some Cenarium, which we're going to get to with the molecular transformer. That's not terrible. That's just a lot of power. But these enriched Cenarium, so we need 8 of these. And we need the Cenarium alloys, which requires iridium reinforced plates, which requires 4 iridium each. We need 16 of these. So that's a stack of iridium. Now we could use Mox nuclear fuel, which is a lot of plutonium, and we're going to get almost 1 per every 2. So we're going to get, let's see, 7 times 4 is 28. We're going to get just a little over 3 plutonium every time we do a cycle of the reactor, and that has been going on for quite a while. And yeah, in order to get the Mox nuclear fuel, you need 3. So we could get 1 Mox every cycle, and then you also need the pellets of RTG fuel, which is 3 more plutonium. We need a stack of this. That would be God, that would be a stack of each of these, which means 128 full cycles of our reactor. No, that is way too long. So we're going to be making a mass fabricator and all that stuff, which is kind of why I'm getting the carbon plates and advanced alloys. That is kind of the ingredients for that. So yeah. We'll get to that later, though. That is going to be much, much later. But this should be... Yeah, we're restocking our MFE. That's good. Those guys, the lasers are still doing well. I did put half a stack of Extreme Chili in both of these. And this is fully powered up, so it's producing a good bit of energy. So that's not a problem. This guy was running out of energy. I kind of forgot to change him. I forgot to connect him up last time when we were doing all the power changes. So yeah, there's that. But let's see. Anything else I want to mention kind of off the bat? But anyways, this is the main reason I wanted to start the episode up again, because we needed the uranium. And we're going to look into a couple other things because, well, I discovered some issues. But yeah, we have the tiny piles of plutonium. You know what, we can do something like this. Actually, stone dust. I don't know that we're going to need all that much stone dust. So let's just do this. We'll do a 2 stack worth. Alright, and the iron dust, by the way, we can use it, we can just smelt it back up into iron, or we can use that for steel or whatever. I'm just going to go ahead and smelt it back into iron. Actually, that's decently fast, but let's use our alloy smelter because it'll do 3 every single cycle. So it should be, it's kind of slow, but it should be fine. But anyways, we can get our plutonium now. And we just achieved what doesn't kill you can be exploited for science. Oh, cool. We just got a trophy. I didn't realize that was one of the achievements. Let's go look. Skyblock. Yeah. That is kind of awesome. So that was an achievement. I didn't realize. Cool. Let's go put our trophy. We'll put it in here. And yeah, so now we have this plutonium. What can we do? Well, for one, let's see the uses. So there's really only 2 things you can do with it. You can make the pellets of RTG fuel, which if we look at the uses for that, you can make, you know, we're going to need these later for the creative cell. Whoops. But that's going to be fun. Creative flux capacitor. Yeah, both of those are going to be fun. Alternatively, we can make the mob grinder. I mean, we can't because it requires a lot of things we don't have access to. But, I mean, we could wish. We can make the yellorium fuel rods. We could actually go into big reactors now. Because I believe everything else with big reactors we have access to. I could be wrong. Let's take a look. So the reactor casing is just some steel, yellorium graphite. We can do all of that. The controller, its computer, does require the logic processor, so you have to have the inscriber, but we can make that. That shouldn't be an issue. So, is there anything that's actually keeping us out? We need an MFE for the power tap. I mean, we have one right over there, so that's not an issue. No, we could totally just skip to a big reactor. I don't know that we're ready to do that, though. It's going to take a lot of steel. And honestly, I don't want to use our 3 plutonium for that yet. We could also make the MOX fuel, which we can get bedrockium. Or we can get the MOX fuel rods, which the quad fuel rods, while they would, the depleted I believe gives you more. If we look at the recipe for this, yeah, the MOX fuel rods will give you more. They do require some, so it's not really worth it to get more. The MOX nuclear fuel takes 3, so that would be, you'd take 12. Or would that? It would take 12 full ones to make one. I guess you would get a little bit extra. So that is potential. I don't know if this reactor can handle that, though. I don't know. So I'm just going to put the plutonium in there. In fact, we're going to do something like this. Do tiny piles and then the normal plutonium. So there is that. Let's see, do we have all this iron? Cool. So what to get into today? Well, I have some bees on me. I've been working with the bees quite a bit. It's going to take a while to get that done. We're going to need more ender pearls as well. We get any? Nope. Of course not. Let's see. Both of those have been researched. And let's go ahead and put all of this stuff away. The gold, the diamond, and the emeralds. Cool. So, yeah, we could go to reactors. I don't think I want to. That's going to be a little bit more expensive than I'd like in order to set up a reactor that's worthwhile anyways, because we're going to need to get like jelly cryotheum and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of bringing me to my next thing. We need to upgrade our jetpack again, and I don't know that we can. So we have the hardened. What's the reinforced take? Okay, not much that we can't handle. So, oh, except for the redstone energy flux ducts. That is the pain, which is why I want a better jetpack in the first place, because erothium. We're going to need erothium for a lot of things, and we don't have too many options to get it. We can destabilize redstone on sand, or we can use bees is another valid option, or find a blitz and get an auto spawner of that. That's probably going to be the option we do. So yeah. Hey, we have common still. I've been trying to get more bees. I made a mistake. I got another common, but instead of putting it with something that already had common, I put it with a forest bee. So these are going to be mixtures of common and forest, but let us. So the thing I want to work towards today, one, we can make more solar panels. This is an option. This is something that I want to do. If we make a stack of solar panels, the leadstone, then we can get one of the redstone pretty easily. the only issue is going to be redstone itself. So we're going to want to get more redstone ore, I think, which is going to be 9 redstone and a stone. So let's get 18 and a piece of stone. We'll make 2 more redstone ores. Do I have any stone? I do. And I'm going to expand the farming a little bit of redstone ore. If we can get 10, 10, 10 redstone ore, then things will be a little bit easier. Let's see, is anything else running right now? I don't think so. That is something I'm going to do. I'll probably do it off camera. Just if we can get this to 10, 10, 10. It's going to take longer because of how it is, but we'll just break these. I'll put redstone here, dirt on top of it, and kind of crossbreed, get more redstone dendron seeds, and go from there with that. Eventually I want to get I want to see how bad is the farming station. Pulsating crystals aren't that bad. The logic controllers are easy enough. Okay, this is easy enough once we get the slice and splice. So that is going to be one of the kind of objectives here soon. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out what is going to be the best way to proceed. I'm kind of getting to the point where I don't know. But there's some redstone. And we'll have to get more redstone and all that kind of stuff. I'll set up another area later, and honestly I will probably off camera expand my little basement this direction so that I can get those redstone blocks back later. I do have silk touch on my pick, so there's that. But I think today what I want to do more than anything is we're gonna get into a little bit of magic. I don't know what those bees are, by the way. They're crossbreeds. I don't know what they are. But they're princesses, so I want to find out once I get more honey. That's the biggest stopping point that I've encountered is I'm running out of honey. I don't have enough honey to analyze all the bees I'm getting. But I did not do all the research that I had from last episode. There's a good reason for this. But I did go ahead and get the infusion. That's going to be important to get other research. So yeah, I didn't get much research, and the reason is, well, I don't have any more research points. I'm running out of a lot of stuff. So it's time for us to look at how to get more research points. Now there's 2 options, and one of those options is kind of locked out for me for right now. The first option, or let's go for the option that's locked out, is knowledge fragments. Now I have a few knowledge fragments. I believe they're in here. I actually ate one. I will show that off just because it's kind of cool. If you eat one, you get a whole bunch of primal aspects. We just got 2 of Terra, Air, and Perdicio, and Aqua, 1 of Ignis and Ordo. So that is a very valid way. Alternatively, scan everything. I've scanned pretty much everything in my base, so I don't think I've missed anything. If I have, I have, but for the most part, I've been scanning as much as I can. You can also make stuff from Thaumcraft, make simple stuff, and scan that and get more aspects. You can go fly around and find nodes all over the place and get aspects from that, or you can eat those knowledge fragments. And then there is another way. That's going to be a little bit easier, and I think that's the way I'm going to do it, and that is the deconstruction table. This guy. So first of all, in order to make this, we need an arcane work table. In order to do that, we're going to need a couple tables. So living wood slabs. We're going to need what? We need 2 tables. We need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 living wood. So let's go ahead and get that. Do I already have that though? I have 5. Alright, let's get some more living wood. I should have a good bit of wood over here. So let's just grab a stack. We'll go over there to our pure daisies and start getting this converted. And yeah, we're gonna have to get back into Britannia just a little bit for a little while. There's a handful of things that I'm gonna want that I really can't get otherwise. So we'll do something like that, and I'm gonna put the rest of it in here. Now we also need some mana steel, so let's go ahead and put our mana pool back down. We're going to take our Endo Flames and some coal. Honestly, I probably should just get more. I should just get some. What are they called? Why am I blanking on it? Charcoal. Just cut down some trees. Let's bind this to here, bind this to here, and like so. And that's good enough. And then what I can do is I can just come over here and we'll drop a little bit of coal for right now. Let's go grab another stack of wood and make some charcoal. Yeah, that'll be good. Actually, can I make charcoal in a alloy smelter? I should be able to. Yeah, I should be able to. So let's get 3 stacks and see if this works. So yeah, the alloy smelter is going to be faster. It should be. Yeah, it works and it does 3 at a time. So I'm going to let that go. That'll give me a lot of charcoal, and we'll use that to get more mana. Now, in order to get the mana steel, we're going to need 6 pieces. That is going to be steel or iron for a little bit more. I think it's like twice as much, but we're going to go ahead and just use steel. We can produce steel pretty easily now, so that is a kind of why not thing. So there's this, all of this. Do I really not have a workbench over here? Alright, so let's make a workbench. I guess there's one over there, but I want one right here. I actually forgot that there's only 2. You only get 2 wood planks from a log. So yeah, let's put this here, and we're going to go ahead and make our 2 tables. Now the reason why we're making 2 is, well, we need 1 for our arcane crafting bench and 1 for our, I think I'm going to need more wood actually. So let's get 6 wood over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need 1 for the arcane crafting bench, and then 1 for the deconstruction table. So let's go ahead. Have I ever scanned a table? I haven't. That would be a good thing to scan. So let's go ahead and put this down, and we're gonna need our wand. Basically, does this have any aspects? It doesn't. You just right click it and you get the arcane crafting table. Arcane workbench, rather. Work table. So this allows you to make things. However, we don't have any aspects. We need to charge our wand. Now, what's going to be the best way to do that? I believe if we let things die, that's not going to get anything unless we kill stuff, I think is how it's done. Otherwise, we need to fly around and look for nodes. Now, that's going to be terrifying, to be perfectly honest, because, well, nodes only spawn really low in these mod packs. And we kind of slowly fall. Wait, I already have the reinforced. So what's the next? Enderium. How bad is this? So, that's easy enough. We need the pyrotheum dust, which that's also pretty easy to get. Relatively easy anyways. Okay, so we know what we need. Let's go get some of the charcoal we were cooking up, and we'll see if we can't charge our wand up a little bit. Yay! Honeycombs. I used to love honeycombs as a kid. I still do, but I used to love them more. Weird thing to just kind of randomly say, but hey, it's true. I need 2 more. So let's go centrifuge, and let's go ahead and sleep. Now I need to charge the wand up. Eventually we will bring nodes to us so that we can do this automatically and all that kind of fun stuff, but for right now we really can't. So that's enough for now. Let's get that centrifuging. And we can go ahead and place this in here so we can make the deconstruction table. Now what the deconstruction table is, I haven't really explained it. What it does is it takes all of the stuff that you give it and it destroys it and breaks it down into its aspects. And then as you go farther, it breaks it down into like the primal aspects. And that is pretty much what you want. When you break it down into its primal aspects, you'll lose a lot of the stuff, but you'll get different aspects of knowledge. There's a book. Oh, so that uses the book. Is it more efficient? 40 RF. 40 RF. Nope. Doesn't seem fast or anything, so who knows. Anyways, we have a book now. I really kind of want to switch that system over to something else, but I don't think I'm going to anytime soon. But alright, let's go ahead. Turn on our jetpack. We have 85%. Let's hit F3 so I can kind of see where I'm at. Once it gets dark, so Y level 10, there's a node. They're quite common down here. So that's a normal node. And it will fill up our stuff pretty easily. So we have earth and water. Ordo and Perditio. Now, unfortunately with this one, we can drain nodes completely. We don't want that. Luckily, these nodes are good enough that I don't really have to worry about it. And as long as you don't drain a node completely, you don't have to worry about... it will naturally replenish itself. I really cannot wait until I get creative flight of some manner. But yeah, so there's another node. I went up a lot farther than I anticipated. That is really low. Another earth, water. Alright, so we should, I think all we needed for the thing was our Perditio. So we got that, so let's just fly back. I hate going down there. In case you're wondering, because, well, one of my favorite forms of flight is the angel ring. This is a little expensive. It requires an extreme crafting table, first of all, and those are nasty. But if we get the flux thrusters, those will be good enough. But those are expensive. Actually, not terrible. The resonant thrusters, Requires a lot of really nasty stuff, but for the most part, not too bad. Does require jelly cryothium. We can get blizzes pretty easily. Then we also need to make this stuff, which actually not too bad. And then the flux infused. Yeah, no, that's actually pretty easy. Once we get the resonant thrusters, we should be able to upgrade straight to the next tier. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Anyways, so we have. Hopefully we have some mana. Let's go grab some steel. We're gonna need 6 steel, and we're also going to need. Let's see, what else was it? Deconstruction table. We need another thermometer, which is gold mana glass and shards. So easy enough. Let's see, I should have a piece of glass. Alright, let's go see if we can't make some stuff happen. Eventually I need to make a lot more endoflames. Cool, so we have all the stuff. So that can do its thing. Make me more mana. And just kind of an aside, endoflames are going to be our power source for a while. If we want to get more brown flowers and all that kind of stuff, we're going to make podzol with spruce leaves. And we're going to do all of the crop mutations with this. We might get started on that today. We'll see. And just get all of the different mystical flowers because, well, these are a pain to get. The floral fertilizer isn't too bad, but it's not that good. It's too random for my liking. If we get the actual flower petals seeds, then we can just produce fairly quickly, especially if we get 10-10-10s. So let's make see the pick and then the axe, and we should be able to. Can we scan this stuff? Hey, we can. Cool. So let's go ahead and do we have any more shards? I didn't think of that. God, I am not doing too good in the magic department. So which side goes which? Left and right. Put our wand in there because why not? And we just need the thermometer, which requires some shards. I'm trying to remember what the easiest shards to get are. Air shards. You can't get the shards from bees. Air shards are okay. It might be easiest to go here, do the recipe for that, and look for the shards. Ice is cool because you get a decent amount of water. Plus you get more ice back. Let's see what else. Stone slabs, order. That might be the easiest. Entropy shards are that, so let's take a look. Shard, air shard, fire shard is netherrack, isn't it? Nether brick. You get 4 from that. Nether brick is easily made with for netherrack and a soul sand, but that's kind of a pain. That's grass. I think order shards, stone slabs. So let's get 6, and we'll do something like this. And we can make the stone slabs. We'll get 6 of these. And I need a hammer. And let's go ahead and get some shards. So eventually we'll have, I don't know that there's any other ways to get these shards. Recipe other than bees, and these bees are probably going to be a bit of a pain. ethereal, arcane, ethereal, excuse me. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a pain. Anyways, let's go ahead and make yet another thermometer. And I believe it's like this, gold, and the mana glass. Let's scan our thermometer, because that's always smart to do. And now we can make the deconstruction table. It's going to use pretty much all of our Prodigio, but that's okay. We can go ahead and I'm going to put it down over here. Now let's go ahead and scan that. That'll give us more aspects. I'll put these shards in here, and yeah, so how does this work? Well, let's grab just a bunch of crafting tables, because crafting tables are actually fairly good. They have Fabrico, Fabrico, something like that, which if we look in here, the aspects of magic, that's Humanus and Instrumentum. Instrumentum is Ordo and Humanus, so Humanus is Bestia Incognito. Bestia Incognito are Modus, Victus, Spiritus, Ignis. So there's Ignis right away. Victus is Earth and Water. Modus is Air and something else. I don't remember what the other thing is. Ordo. And then Spiritus is Death and Victus. Mortis. Mortis is Prodigio. So it contains all of the primal aspects. So if we just put it in here, you get to see it, and then every once in a while it will give you an aspect. So I don't know if you can automate this. I think you can. I know you can automate putting items in. A simple hopper works just fine, but I don't know if like an autonomous a fake player would work with this. But as you can see, we're getting consistent aspects. So yeah, this is going to be how we get more aspects until we get into bees. Once we get into bees, then we're not going to worry about it as much. But for now, it's what we have to do. So let us. I'm going to put this in here. Clean up the inventory a little bit. Let's see, hammer can go back in here. And yeah, so there is the deconstruction table. Now, I don't remember, where are we in this? Magic Tree, Thaumcraft. We need to do a lot of Thaumcraft stuff. We need to upgrade our gold cap one. I don't know if that we have that unlocked. I think we do. If not, that might be one of the next things we want to unlock. Let's take a look. So, Thaumaturgy, we have the Great Wood once unlocked, and that. We're going to want the Thaumium and some others, so let's get some more research. I need the scribing tools. Whoops. So there we go. We're going to want Silver 1, Silverwood 1 cores as well, and I got the Infusion. That unlocks a lot of stuff. Lamps, Boots the Traveler. We'll get a lot of research done later, but we'll get those at least for now. So what's it? Oops. What's it going to say once we get that? One of the biggest things is arcane stone. We're gonna need quite a bit of it, so we need to get a lot of. So we're gonna need to get a lot of living rock, which isn't too bad. I'll start smelting up some stone here soon. We're gonna need to get a bunch of different things, and then witchery is the next order of business. So we'll get to that soon enough. Let's go grab the charcoal out of here, because I bet it's mad. Yep. So I think we're going to end up the episode. So I said the Endo Flames are going to be kind of the intermediary. There's some other stuff that I want to use, and namely it's Kikimuras. Kakimura's flowers are incredibly good, but they're going to require pixie dust, which requires the portal to Elfheim, which requires Terra Steel. Now, if we look at the terrestrial agglomeration plate, this is what we need to get into all of that, and this requires a runic altar. So what's a runic altar take? Actually, that's the standard recipe. Never mind. So are any of these bad to do? I'm not seeing anything. Alright, so we should be able to do that pretty easily. So getting the Terra Steel isn't going to be too much of an issue. But we need to get the Rune of Gluttony. That's going to require Rune of Winter, and then both the Rune of Winter and the Rune of Gluttony requires slates from blood magic, which is going to require a blood altar, and that's going to be the sticking point. So the blood altar requires an attuned stone. That is the main thing. It's not too bad, but you just need whiffs of magic and altars. Otherwise, we can manage everything else. So once we can get the Kakimuras, we're going to automate making carrot cake, because I believe that works. Because it's super simple, and yeah, it's just sugar, dough, and carrots, plus bakeware, which we can make pretty soon. Anyway, so yeah, that is kind of the plan. But before we can do that, let's take a look at the mystical flower, mystical flower seeds. Yeah, so white is one of the ones we need. We're gonna need some podzol though. So let's grab some spruce saplings, if we have any. That is actually a good question. Do we have any spruce saplings? No. Can we get spruce saplings? We should be able to. So, spruce saplings. If we had the alchemical catalyst, which that's not going to happen anytime soon, need a blood altar for that, and into witchery and all that. Let's see. There's no other way to get those, but there is a way. What's it called? I know acorns are a thing. Okay, so let's look at dirt. I know if we sift dirt, we can get stuff. So let's take a look at the sifting recipes. So it is spruce seeds right here. It's a 1% drop chance. I don't know that sifting podzol gives you anything good. Sifting grass gives you all the witchery flowers, or witchery stuff. So pretty much what I'm going to need to do now. I forgot I had this. Never mind. We just need 3 emeralds. And we can get a spruce sapling. So 1, 2, 3. Let's grab our... We have some stone shears. And let's buy a spruce sapling. So basically, I'm going to spend some time off camera probably automating this, getting a bunch of spruce leaves. Shouldn't have to do too much of it, but a little bit would be good. So, you know what? I'm not going to do that. We have bone meal. In fact, we have 22 stacks. I think this will be easier. So we need podzol in order to do anything with Britannia flowers. It just means spruce saplings, the leaves, and yeah, we'll cut down the tree. Everything will be nice, orderly, and happy. We got plenty more saplings. I mean, we got 6 saplings. We got 38. That'll be good enough to start. So that's going to give me 4 podzol. So we'll get a bit of dirt. And we'll go ahead, make some podzol. And now, all we have to do is start growing some stuff like we have in the past. Nothing's new. So we're just going to do it right over here because this will be in range. Yeah, that'll both be in range of the water. We're going to put dirt here and do stuff like this. And yeah, I'm not doing anything with that right now. So there we go. We need this stuff. And first thing is mystical white flower seeds. In fact, we can go ahead and get rid of all of this for right now. And we need flowers. So mystical white requires daisy and white tulips, right? I think that's what it said. White tulip and daisy, yes. Alright, so I think we can do that. We're going to need the Agricraft stuff. So there is daisies, but white tulips we need to make as dandelions and daisies. So easy enough. So let's just get this down. And this time we'll have to do all this. So daisy. Let's get daisy here. And then as soon as we get the white tulip, I will do that, but we need to do the dandelion here. And I will deal with this kind of off camera, but let's see. Orange, I believe blue. Okay, yellow is another one. So orange tulip and dandelions. And let's see if we can get any others. Dandelions, that's a red tulip. So orange tulip is blue and daisies. Alright, so 3 more dirt. Let's see, what else can we do? Grays, nope. Purple, blue. So allium and blue orchid. I think we can handle that one. I keep looking in the wrong chest, so blue orchid, allium. And then I believe red tulip, and poppy. I don't think green is, no. And then black is cactus and blue, but we'll get to that later. So, just gonna need to get the mystical flowers. So we need to set up one more set of 3 dirt. We do that right here. And that was, I know it was the yellow. So it was blue orchid and daisy. Then we have, we do all of these. Dandelion and that, and then allium with the blue orchid, and then red tulip with the poppies. Now the nice thing about this is it's going to automatically make the first set. When I start crossbreeding the mystical flowers with each other, I'm gonna not have as much of a chance. And then also I'm going to do this, and since weeds aren't a thing, I'm just gonna do that. So yeah, I am going to be doing a little bit of work with Agricraft between episodes, bees, all that fun stuff, and doing the I cannot speak today. Doing the research for Thaumcraft. Next time, hopefully, we'll have the QED all done. Let's see how this is going. We're 35 million, sorry. So we've done 10 million in an episode, and it's been about an hour. So that gives you an idea of how quickly this is going to go. Luckily, power does not seem to be draining all that quickly. In fact, we're keeping up. And in fact, this is keeping up. This is where we're getting a lot of power, actually. This nuclear reactor is giving us a lot of stuff. So, I think next time we are going to look into doing a couple new things. I think the biggest thing we're going to do is once we get the QED, we'll get power expanded. And then the next thing I'm going to want to do tech-wise is we're going to want to make some more Ender IO machines, specifically the slice and splice, so that we can start working towards an auto spawner. We're going to probably want a few auto spawners set up so that we can get quite a bit different things, which means this is probably going to be demolished. So we might do that next time, actually. Go up there and take care of this and build a couple new rooms. So I'm going to expand a little bit. I am going to expand underneath here, definitely. But we're going to want a couple rooms for different mobs, and we will get there pretty quickly. So let's come over here, and I just want to see, not really getting much of anything. So I'm going to clean up my inventory. I am going to do some work off camera. Probably chop down these trees because I don't really need them right now. And yeah, like I said, next time we will hopefully expand power and start looking into some new things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!